everybody. Welcome back to another midweek moment. It's Veterans Day, and so I'm spending some time here at our local Veterans Park in Norwood, Young America. And there's something new this year as we celebrate Veterans Day. You can see here off behind me a new mural, which we call the Freedom Rock. It was designed by an artist named Bubba Sorensen. He's from Iowa, and he's gone around the last 20 years. Actually, the story goes he was watching Saving Private Ryan, and he thought, I have to do something to honor our veterans and what they've been through. And so for the last 20 years, he's been traveling around, mostly in Iowa. I think there's 50 different Freedom Rocks in 50 different counties in Iowa, but now he's started in Minnesota as well. See, it's just his way of saying, I want to honor our soldiers. I want to honor those who are veterans. So I just want to pause today and share that same sentiment. I want to say thank you to those of you who have served as soldiers, those of you who are veterans of the U.S. military. Thank you for your service. I know it hasn't been easy. I know there are sacrifices that you have made in order to give us the freedoms that we have. So thank you for that. And then I just want to share a little bit of a reflection from Scripture, because when you ask yourself, what kind of interactions did Jesus have with soldiers? Immediately we think forward to it was the soldiers that crucified Jesus. But if you look back earlier to Luke chapter 7, there's a story where Jesus encounters a Roman centurion. And the centurion was a man who oversaw 100 other soldiers. So he was a man of leadership and a man of influence, a man who had proven himself. And he was a good, God-fearing man. In fact, he had helped to build and fund the local synagogue. And he had a servant who was sick. And the people thought that he deserved to have Jesus heal him. But he goes up to Jesus and he says, I'm unworthy. And I think this is often the predicament that soldiers find themselves in. Here on Veterans Day, we pause and we celebrate them and we acknowledge them. And even soldiers come back from a time of service and there's a celebration, and sometimes there's even a parade that is held for them. And we say that they are worthy, they are deserving. And yet they look inside of themselves and they think that somehow there's something about who they are that is unworthy and undeserving. Where would that be coming from? A number of years ago, I went to a workshop where Chaplain John Morris, who at that time was the chaplain for the Minnesota National Guard, was talking about this. And he said it's because of all of the trauma that soldiers have experienced and seen and even participated in. This Roman centurion saw himself as unworthy because he had blood on his hands. There were atrocities that he had witnessed, maybe even whippings that he ordered, and deaths that he was forced to follow through on. And so he was unworthy of having Jesus come to him. And yet Jesus still came to him. And Jesus healed his servant. See, this is the truth. Even today on Veterans Day, where we hold up veterans and soldiers and say that they are worthy, even as they look inside of themselves and see themselves as unworthy, Jesus says, in your unworthiness, I come to you. Because Jesus allows the soldiers to put him up on a cross, to carry out the will of the people, which was ultimately the will of God, to bring us back in our unworthiness into a relationship with him. So today, whether you're a soldier or a family member or whoever you are, in those moments where you feel inadequate, in the trauma of your past that you have experienced or participated in, recognize that Jesus died for you, and he sees you as worthy of his attention, worthy of having a relationship with him. Thanks for joining me today. Take a moment to say thank you to our veterans, and I'll see you again next time.